And it's the opening prayer, Temple of HetHeru. Offering is given to the Supreme Divinity Anfu Wabwat, Lord of the Sacred Land. The spoken offering is 1,000 beef complete maleness and 1,000 geese complete femaleness. This causes the divine to make one true speech, an enlightened being, HetHeru. So one of the things that we learn from Sebai Ma is that when you see them making offerings of beef and birds, so a flock of geese or a flock of wild birds, that's offering our maleness, which is like our attributed to our sexual drive, our willpower, our self-will, and then our femaleness, which has to do with our thoughts and like multitasking or flightiness. All right, well, Uja, Ubanapur, good rising, great awakenings, and welcome to this rising's edition of Ancient African Adorations. And I've started doing the series following the calendar. Where's that calendar? The calendar presented by the Temple of Amun, and started using it for my music shedding. So here's the one from last year, and the Kemetic New Year begins in July. So it says the year 2021, 38,787. However, in July, we switched to 38,788. So that is how old this Natarian tradition is of Chatal Neter. And so I decided recently to start doing the concert series to follow the calendar. Because to be honest, doing things once a week at the same time just doesn't work very well for me. People say I'm a free spirit and I'm in tune with the cosmos. And so trying to do something every Friday at 7 was not working. So I've started doing the Ancient African Adorations on the holy days, and then I'm still doing the new moons, full moons, equinox, solstices, and retrogrades with the astrology with the cosmic chimes and chanting. So I thank you for being here today. And today we're honoring the feast of HetHeru, the goddess HetHeru. And I've got some musical offerings for you and a few teachings. And I see now I've got to make this longer than 30 minutes. So, before we begin our offerings, our rituals, we start with a few HetHeru to be to be offered before reading from the HetHeru. And so I make offerings to Nefertari, Capra, and Asar. Oh, so let me introduce the song. This song was written during a time of studying the myth of Aset and Ra. And there's a statement, Ma'apu'u, what's going on, when the gods and goddesses first found Ra after he had been poisoned by a poisonous snake. And we're encouraged to remain calm, to remain still in the midst of chaos, no matter what's going on, remain in stillness. And then the last verse is, when you know Nebuchadnezzar, you know everything, because Nebuchadnezzar is everything. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. When you know Nebuchadnezzar, you know everything. When you know Nebuchadnezzar, you know everything. We know Nebuchadnezzar, you know everything. When you know Nebuchadnezzar, you know everything. Next, I'm going to offer, the Adorations song. Look at the translation. Here we go. Adorations is a song to be offered at the sunrise and when reading from the HetHeru. In the translation, Adorations to Ra, when rises he in horizon eastern of heaven. Homage to Ra, coming forth as Kepler, Kepler, creator of the gods and goddesses. Risingly, shiningly, lighting up thy mother. Rising as Lord of the King of the gods and goddesses. Your mother Nut does an act of worship to you with both arms. Manu, the western horizon, receives thee in peace, and Ma'at embraces thee at the double season. Do I kept doing everything I kept doing? On a jazz arcade to him, Capona, came on, HetHeru. Kage, open K, Pacific K. KTM, Sutan, HetHeru. Itty neck, mood, I am itty bitty. Hotep to my Untitled. One more time. Do what I can to benefit my kids to bed. On the jazz rock ATM, Kepara, Kemanda, Kake, Uben, K, Person, K, KTM, Suten, Nataru, Hitting neck, move, IDM, me. Manu and Hotep to my Untitled. Hotep. And the third introductory song, offered at the Asamatashi Temple of Divine Light Healing and Sweet Sounds, is a song for Asar. And last night was the time we honor the death of Asar. So it was a lot of Asar songs last night. Today is only one. You are Asar, Nefer, Natural, there are two, Sutin, hey, Keta, Sebebi, you are Asar, in Ha'ef, Sa'adef, in Cat, Newt, Ute, in Geb, Arbet, you are Asar, Uratai, Editi, HetHeru, Tek, you are Asar, Nefer, Natural, you are Asar, Nefer, Natural. And the translation. Adorations to Asar, Unifer, divinity great, personality in the heart of Abdu, King of eternity, Lord of forever, traveling for eternities. In the form raised he, Son primary of body of Nut, engendered by Geb, Master Lord of the Uric crown, exalted white crown, Prince of gods and goddesses and people. Okay. I'll pick up a comment here. Wonderful. Where is the instrument from? Oh, this is called a sepriwa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sepriwa. And it is a Ghanaian harp. And a wonderful brother named Louis Afrifa in Ghana makes harps and quarters and all kinds of string instruments. And a few years ago, I posted that my harp from Uganda had busted up. It broke while I was tuning it. And he saw the photograph and said he would, he makes these safriwas. So if I could sleep with it, I would. I hug it, and I just love playing this instrument. I'm originally a piano player. Okay. I've got my instruments spread all over here. All right, so now we're going to move into the adorations to Goddess HetHeru. So this is one of my original chants, Nupu HetHeru, Nupu Hetep. Great awakenings, I am Lord Shiva. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So this chant is Nupu HetHeru. And Nupu means I am that. And Hetep is peace. And Nefertari means the great goddess. Uja, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Oh, I definitely have to make these longer than 30 minutes. All right, so this is a sistrum. It's a wonderful instrument from Kemet. I got in Abydos in Abdu. And if you can see on the handle, it has the image of the goddess HetHeru. And also behind me is the image of HetHeru. And the name HetHeru means house of Heru. HetHeru is the goddess of love and beauty and the life. She's the goddess of the life force energy. And we'll have some readings about her in a minute. Nefertari had to do. 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 Nefertari time. 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 Nefertari had to do. 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 Nefertari time. 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 Nefertari had to do. 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 Nefertari time. 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 Nefertari had to do. Nefertari had to. I am HetHeru, the great goddess. I am HetHeru. I am peace. HetHeru is really important to me of all the Neters because she was the goddess who was sent to Earth to do a job, which was eliminate the unrighteousness. And she enjoyed her job so much that she forgot her divinity and took on the form of Sekhmet, a form of Sekhmet. There's many traditions of Sekhmet, but in this tradition, she started killing at will, just killing indiscriminately. And Lord Jehuti was sent to Earth to bring her back to her divinity. And so that's why she's important to me and why she's called the great goddess, because she was in the middle of an egoistic frenzy and was able to snap out of it from hearing the wisdom teachings from the cosmic mind. Well, Hathor is the Greek name for HetHeru, and the Greek understanding of this vibration. So it's just a weaker, watered down, whitewashed version of HetHeru. So I totally understand, and I do not disagree with you at all. So do it for sharing that. Just Sonomen. Just, I love my hair. Okay, well, my hair is just natural antennas from nature, Bethua. And this person I think this person is someone that's irrelevant. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to offer another chant from the Temple of Neter, Temple of Aset. I'm going to just go a little longer with this one than usual. Just try to get into the vibrations. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. And this one is usually offered as call and response. So you can chant along with me when I pause or even along with me. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. And later I'll switch it to Dua HetHeru Sekima for the life force energy. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Sekima. Dua HetHeru Sekima. Dua HetHeru Sekima. Dua HetHeru Sekima. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru, Dua HetHeru, Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Dua HetHeru Nefertari. Oh, that's interesting. I never, I'm always learning something new. I play it like this, but that's nice. All right, now we're going to have some readings. I need my glasses for those, don't I? So, like I mentioned briefly about the story of HetHeru and Jehuti, and this is from African Religions, Volume 5, The Goddess book saved by Ma Dr. Moana Ashby. You can find this wisdom information at EgyptianYoga.com. So I'm just I'm just going to read a little bit from this book and then offer a song from this reading. So a little bit about HetHeru. One of the forms of HetHeru is sexual energy and is spiritual power and sexual energy. In the text from the Temple of Adir by El Medina, HetHeru is referred to as having the same divine attributes as Heru. That's her name. HetHeru is House of Heru. She is described as the Golden One and the Queen of the Gods. Her shrines are even more numerous than those at Heru. HetHeru, or HetHeru, meaning the house of Heru and the house above the heavens, became identified like Heru with the salvation of the initiate. In the Egyptian book of Coming Forth by Day, she is the one who urges the initiate to do battle with the monster Apep, the symbol of egoism, which spurs negativity and evil, so as not to lose her heart, as she cries out, "Take your armor." In a separate papyrus, the initiate is told that she, HetHeru, is the one who will, quote, will make your face perfect among the gods. She will open your eyes so that you may see every day. She will make your legs able to walk with ease in the netherworld. Her name is HetHeru, Lady of Amentet. In chapter 81, utterance 1, and this is also a proverb in the book of Proverbs, Kemetic Proverbs. The initiate speaks the words which will help him become as a lotus. So I'm going to do a musical offering. Go. And I got this beautiful lotus harp outside the temple of Heru in Edfu. And this harp is such that the melody is never the same. So whenever I'm using this harp, I'm just channeling. I am the lotus pure, coming forth from the God of love, the guardian of the nostril of Ra, the guardian of the nose of HetHeru. I make my journey, I run after him who is Heru. I am the pure one, coming forth from the field. I am the lotus pure, coming forth from the God of life, the guardian of the nostril of Ra, the guardian of the nose of HetHeru. I make my journey, I run after him who is Heru. I am pure one, coming forth from the field. I am the lotus pure, I am the pure one, coming forth from the fields. I am the lotus pure, coming forth from the God of love. I am the pure one, coming forth from the field. One more time. I am the lotus pure, coming forth from the God of life, the guardian of the nostril of Ra, the guardian of the nose of HetHeru. I make my journey, I run after him who is Heru. I am the pure one, coming forth from the field. I am the pure one, coming forth from the fields. To a hotel. That was beautiful. Hotel. Right? Next, we have a song based on the wisdom that Jehuti shared with HetHeru when he was encouraging her to remember her divinity, which is what light workers are doing today. We are sharing wisdom and our gifts and our healing in efforts to help bring forth an awakening, a planetary awakening. Because these myths of the gods and goddesses of the Nefertari, the myths of creation, are also myths that refer to our spiritual journey in our life. And so whenever the Nefertaris are being addressed, or when we say, I am that Naku, then we are invoking that energy in ourselves and raising our vibration, our consciousness, our awareness. And that in turn helps raise the vibrations of the planet, just like Jehuti was doing. So in this case, we are both Jehuti and HetHeru. I have a sip of tea here. Okay, so I was initially trying to put the entire parable to music. Dua, for being here. I really appreciate your presence. It is a gift to me that you're here. And I didn't know if I would be able to sing the whole song. So at the moment, I just have a song that kind of summarizes the experience. And maybe in the future, I'll make a video where, about the entire parable. But here's the introduction of the experience. Jehuti transformed himself into the form of a harmless baboon. Remember, at this point, HetHeru is Sekhmet in the lioness form, and she's been killing people, and she's got blood dripping, and she's just covered in blood. And then Jehuti appears as a baboon. Like, she could just take out a baboon like that. And Jehuti represents the cosmic mind of Nebuchadnezzar, of Ra, the divine intellect, the divine intelligence, and he's the one who writes all these spells and everything in the book of the Dead. He's, Sesheta writes down, keeps track of all of his writings. She's the cosmic scribe. But Lord Jehuti is the one who wrote all of these wonderful teachings. So he transformed himself into the form of a harmless baboon, and then he set out to find HetHeru. He found HetHeru sitting alone, licking her paws. He crept closer to her and made noise to announce his approach. When HetHeru realized that something was approaching, she immediately took an offensive stance and prepared to fight. Then Jehuti called out, "Hail, O beautiful daughter of the sun!" As soon as HetHeru noticed that it was only a baboon, she took poise, and immediately Jehuti asked if he could speak with her. So what follows is a song about the first parable. It's not the first parable. Grand rising, great awakenings, Uja Uben Nefer. Uben Nefer means good rising, a beautiful rising. I've been saying good rising for over a decade, and now people say grand rising. And I've been trying to say grand rising, but it's still a good rising because God is good, right? So it's a God rising, or God is rising. Hello, beautiful daughter of the sun. Think about the parable of the vulture and the wildcat. The mommy suffered because of the actions, the chick and the kitten. Oh, glorious lady, HetHeru, do you see the omniscience and the justice of Ra, who sees and hears all things? He is the giver of life and all things, all its existence to him. His justice is perfect. All praises be to him. offerings of divine food from the abode of the sun. It brings health and joy to all who eat it. I guess I can give a quick summary of the first parable. I mentioned the chick and the kitten, and the vulture and the wildcat. And there was a mama vulture and a mama wildcat that had their cubs and kittens, their chicks and kittens, and they were each afraid to leave the nest because they were afraid that the other one would come and attack and eat their babies. So they made a pact that they wouldn't harm one another's offspring. However, the chicks and the kittens, when the mamas were away, they didn't agree with the pact, and subsequently, chicks and kittens were hurt, and the mama went back and, well, let's just say it didn't end well. But in the end, it's the justice of Ra. Even though the mamas were sad that their chicks were hurt or killed, it was because their children didn't pay attention to the wisdom that they had shared. And even though we may not like it, it's still the justice of Ra, and it is perfect. And we are not the omniscient beings, and we don't know of the true justice of Ma'at. And it's best to just accept it. Not to say that people can't be held accountable, but to trust that the justice of Ra and Ma'at is being carried out. And it may be something in our past life or ancestral past that made our RU, our hearts, heavy with longing or with toxic RU that needed to be cleansed. And that's why these things happen. And that's why I feel so close to HetHeru, because sometimes the RU in my life is pretty heavy. And I'm like, what did I do in my past to deserve this? And that really doesn't matter. What matters is that in this lifetime, we have the opportunity to make things right within. It's still important to stand for justice and speak out against injustice and to hold people accountable and to help rid the world of toxic behavior and toxic people and unrighteous people. However, we have to remember that when things happen to us, it happens for us, and it happens so that we can learn and remember our divinity like HetHeru, remember who we truly are, and reclaim our throne, our seat on the throne. All right, so I'm going to close out with one more chant. Where's that one? Oh, here it is. And this is taken from Egyptian Book of the Dead, Hieroglyph Translations, Dr. Wada Ashby. His works are amazing because he uses the trilinear method, which means it has the hieroglyphs and then the literal translation and then his transliteral translation, which is the heartfelt meaning, the significance. It's not just a translation. It's guidance and it's prayers. Because all of these are instructions for us on our journey towards enlightenment. So anyway, it's taken from the painting from the tomb of Queen Nefertari. Let's see, get closer. One of these days, I will have screen shares and you can see all of these images. Maybe when I post the summaries, I'll post the images. It's one of the most beautiful temples because the color is so well preserved. I guess because it was under sand for so long. The colors are so amazing. You can it's breathtaking. So anyway, this is a painting from the tomb of Queen Nefertari at Abu Simbel with Adoration and Revelation of Amun-Ra. And I'm not going to be dealing with the part about Amun-Ra. That'll be in another presentation. But today's presentation includes this passage. It's Adoration to HetHeru. And the English translation is Adorations to HetHeru, words spoken by she, who is an Asar, and first wife and queen Nefertari, the beautiful beloved of goddess Mut, and true of speech, spiritually victorious. So since she's an Asar, we also speaking these words. So these are words spoken by us in adoration of HetHeru to invoke the vibration, to invoke her blessings, and to increase our vibration, our awareness, and our connection to Nefertari. Let's see if I do this one. I already have that melody. This is another impromptu musical offering. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Mary, Mut Makeru. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Nefertari Mary, Mut Makeru. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Nefertari Marie. Mut Makeru. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Nefertari Marie. Mut Makeru. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Nefertari Marie. Mut Makeru. Do a HetHeru, Better J and a song to heaven's Nefertari Marie. Mut Makeru. Mut Makeru. Mut Makeru. Mut Makeru. All right. Dua Hajab, Dua for those of you who stayed to the end of this presentation. Your presence is a gift. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And the next, where's the calendar? There it is. The next offering of Ancient African Adorations will be on Wednesday when Bast appears to Ra, October 6th. I believe it's another sunrise offering. I will post an invitation. And then also on October 6th at 11 a.m., The new moon is at 11:05. These are all Central Times, by the way. 11:05 Central Time on October 6th is the new moon. So I'll also be coming forth with a transmission for the new moon. And the celestial offerings are also Kemetic. However, they're not based on any teachings. They're based on the celestial alignments. So Dua, again for joining. I will be posting a replay from last night's and a little segment from last night's presentation and this rising's presentation. Dua, please like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends. Dua HetHeru, Dua HetHeru, Dua Sebama, Dua Sebija. And again, I'm very grateful for the Temple of Shataneter, Temple of Aset, and these offerings reflect the views of the artists and not the views of my spiritual preceptors. HetHeru.